Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. It is insanely bright today. It is not normal weather for us here in Scotland, but we're making the most of it, been out on the bike loads. We are updating you. This is the second video. Obviously did one video on the Commencal reviewing it, and it was obviously a good bike. I enjoyed riding it, but there was a lot of things that were wrong with it and that I was not happy with, obviously. And we're here to see if things are going to change moving forward. So obviously I have the Meta V5, and we had the issue of the bike missing quality control and having no spacers in here apparently, and then obviously with not having the spacers, one side here is closer than that side, so I was getting some frame damage and stuff in here from the flex as well. Got a couple other chips and I'm unsure whether or not that's because of the linkage or not. But basically I got in touch with Commencal, they emailed me back, whatever, being good customer service, which I have to give it to them for that, and they apologised for all that. They sent out to me this DHL package which has 4 spacers in it. Take a look right now. Big package, oversized package actually for these. So these are the spacers, they're tiny, and I assume that those are going to go in the slot next to the linkage. So I don't know, I'll let you listen to the bike now as it is, and the creaking and the problems I've been having, and then we'll install the spacers, make sure everything's clean and whatnot, follow the instructions, and then see if this makes a difference. If it does not make a difference, then I'm probably going to get rid of the bike and I'll go back to them and say I'm unhappy, not fit for use, whatever. Bikes should not make that noise regardless, especially when you're paying £5,000 for it. And yeah, this is going to be an interesting video. Make sure you drop a like on it, comment below, let me know your thoughts, and let's see how this thing turns out. I'm curious. Definitely do like the bike, but so far not so good. But let's get these installed and see how it sounds after. Okay, that's it creaking. Okay, that's enough. Let's go and get them installed. So another thing I noticed was that it looks like the linkage has come loose as well. That part there is moving. You won't be able to see it, I don't think. But it's moving.
Using that bike was just like, that's a lot.
Right, we've got the bike in the stand. We are taking apart the linkage. We are going to give everything a clean and install everything back again. And we basically have 4 spacers, and we're going to put them in the places that Commencal say we should put them, which from the instructions means, can you point to where they're supposed to go? So 1 spacer there, 1 spacer there, and then 2 spacers on either side of this linkage, and then we should be grand. So we're going to do that right now, just taking everything apart. So this is the little installation video that they sent me. Grease, add the spacer there, and then you should have a not creaky bicycle. This is all greased up, not because of us, but because of Commencal, which is good to see.
And one here.
Ooh. Greasy as well, it's good. Yeah, it's alright. So we've just put some grease in there. Apologies for the dirty bicycle, it's actually not that dirty, but it's been quite dry here at the moment, so just been riding it a ton and not really washing it because it's not been super muddy. I'm hoping that this will feel nice and fresh once it's all greased and reinstalled.
Grease lightning, go grease lightning.
We've given the linkage a bit of a clean, so is that loose inside?
Yep.
How loose is this one? Right, so there, that's how much that's moving. That's why it'll be loose. Don't know why that is. Wonder if it's contributed to the flex
like
and everything in there.
just over half a turn. Solid.
Also just setting, make sure we got the right torque and everything, torque setting on the bolts, so everything's done correctly. So Commencal gave me this diagram and stuff with torque settings. Got the 20 Newton meters up there, 12 Newton meters here, so we're just doing everything to spec. So basically, Commencal have, from taking it apart, have put spacers where they're supposed to be only on the top part, on the drive side. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that's correct there. But
we are going to check.
we're going to check this linkage right here,
The one we haven't checked so far.
because there should be spacers in here realistically.
It looks like there is.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like there is on there as well.
Is there? I think. Advent is. Oh yeah, there is. And
So I'll clean these up.
interesting.
So it has everything.
There is everything in there.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, there's spacer on there. So we've just I'm gonna let this hang, right? Is that okay? Yeah. So we've just disassembled the rear end, take the linkage off, and everything is where it should be. So everything that Commencal said should be there. We'll send you spacers. You install them. Everything. They're already on the bike, so that doesn't bode well at all. So we're still going to go through the same process. We're just going to clean it, re-grease it, put everything back together, and then see if it makes a difference. But that's not great. Commencal also said in the email to me that they could send 4 spacers, which I did get sent, and that will certainly solve the problem. We're obviously going to do the tolerances up to the correct tolerances, obviously. Don't really know what to think of that. They also said, I've said it before, they said that my bike missed quality control, and that the spacers were installed on the stock bikes, but unfortunately yours ended up passing control. Sorry about that. My bike was installed with the spacers, so I don't know what they're blathering on about there. That doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and that if we just take the bike apart, which we've done, and re-grease everything, put it back together, and then see, if it creaks and makes all sorts of terrible noises, then it's not looking good. So obviously, like I said, I was under the impression that the 4 spacers that I got sent in this bag here, I had some hope that they would make a difference, but yeah, like I said, considering the bike was already installed with these and the correct ones, I'm just not sure that it's going to do it. I think it's just going to be the exact. This is a live test. Everything has been greased by Peter, and tolerance is all set. And we're gonna. Oh my god, it's bright. And we're gonna see if it creaks. So let's see. It's not creaking. It's actually not creaking. That's crazy. It is silent. It's not creaking anymore. What do you think that? Why do you think that is? Do you think because we?
Everything's cleaned, greased, torqued. Could have been torque ends.
Very true.
It was all greased when we took it off. It had the right
Yeah, but maybe it wasn't as
spaces
clean
in.
as what it could be. I wonder if it was torque settings. Like it wasn't torqued right. When the bike came out of the box, everything was tight and that. and the only thing we changed was the shock. But we never touched any of this.
No. It's all original.
So maybe us just doing the correct torque settings and cleaning everything solved it.
And it was playing from there with that,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Mhm. Okay.
Still a bit of a weird tolerance.
Right. So that's kind of crazy that I thought it was because of the missing spacers, which there ended up being no missing spacers. Everything was installed correctly. But it sounds like us getting the bike, cleaning it completely, regreasing everything, and then making sure everything was to the setting, the torque settings, has solved the creaking. So if you have a Commencal, and a Commencal V5 specifically, it's full 29R, and it creaks, which I know a lot of you have that problem, and the same bike, take it apart like we did, re-grease everything, make sure the spacers are in, 2 in the bottom and 1 on each side, or not 1 on each side, 1 on the drive side, and go to and do the correct torque settings. I'll leave a diagram in the corner of this video where the torque settings are there, and that seemed to solve everything, which is pretty damn good. I'm actually very happy with that. But obviously, getting the bike out of the box, it obviously wasn't torqued right, or the set. Like, it was just, they said it missed quality control. So there you have it. That's probably why. So just double check when you get your bike out of the box. Shout out to Commencal for giving me the spacers. I still don't understand why they said that I needed them installed when they were already installed. But they gave me the right bits of information, and it's solved it. So there you have it. That's the whole point of me like buying a bike, trying it out, having a problem, and then eliminating the problem so that it can all be crystal clear. And if you get a bike, the same bike, then you know what to do. So very interesting. So back from the bike shop, yeah, we managed to get it sorted. The creaking's gone. Like, I think the bike just needed stripped, clean completely, re-greased, and then put back together and at the right tolerances. We should have checked the tolerances if we could before we took everything apart, but something's telling me that it just wasn't set right, considering that my bike missed quality control. So yeah, that's the creaking and everything, which was not acceptable. But the main thing is it's sorted now. So like I said, going forward, if you have one of these bikes, you know what to do. If your bike is creaking, check the tolerances, maybe take everything apart, re-grease it. Thanks to Commencal for the tips and directions to get the bike in a better place. So this is by no means a negative review. Never was. It's just the honest truth, what I was experiencing, and seem to have eliminated that. So it's good news. As always, I appreciate the support. Everyone really likes and appreciates the honest reviews, and yeah, I'm not like filtering anything out. So if you like all this stuff, drop a like in the video and subscribe to the channel so you stay tuned for more action. We've got some cool videos dropping soon. So yeah, stay tuned, hang around. Thanks for all the support, and we will see you in the next video. Peace out.